Hey everybody. Um, so new attempt at a different type of video today. I'm actually outside in my sort of backyard area. Um, like I live in like sort of on a cliff, I guess, and I have a staircase that leads down to this park-like setting. It's the main reason why my wife and I actually bought this house. The house itself is pretty small and modest, and a bit of a fixer-upper as well. But just the land we fell in love with, and I really like to come out here from time to time, just kind of take in the nature and almost reset myself. It really helps. I'm not sure how much you can pick up cars coming by as well. I mean, we live pretty close to a highway as well. So it's not like an isolated nature setting, but I kind of like that. I think it kind of adds to the overall experience. Just trying to find a place to set my camera again. Yeah. So, like I said, I just like to come out here from time to time, watch, listen to the water and all the noise. It's pretty cool. It really does help me to just almost reset and unwind a bit, especially on extra stressful days. But yeah, there's really no set structure to the point of this video. It's really just meant to be a bit of a ramble and probably talk a little bit more about my experience, or I guess some research with whiskey. So since this is the first ramble video that I'm doing, I figured I would just kind of start off with a very quick description of what whiskey is exactly. It seems to be fitting, and then kind of just go from there in future videos. I'm also thinking that it might be a good idea as well to, I don't know, maybe try some whiskeys out here, especially because I talk about, when I go through the whiskeys, which ones go with what season, or what I imagine, I guess, at least. So right now it's pretty cold, we're in winter, so any whiskeys that are pretty smoky, I think, or really that I would consider a nice sipping scotch or whiskey or spirit for the winter season, maybe take them out here. Still playing around with that idea. I don't want to get ahead of myself in terms of what I can or cannot do at this point. But yeah, essentially whiskey it's a type of distilled alcoholic beverage. It's distilled beer, basically. It's made from fermented grain mash, or by distilling beer, like I said. Different types of grains can be used for it, like barley, corn, rye, or wheat. Generally, it's going to be aged in wooden casks, like charred oak kind of stuff. I'm going to pull up something that I found interesting on Wikipedia in terms of the etymology. Yeah, so the word whiskey, it is an anglicization of the classical Gaelic word. So I think I'm pronouncing it right based on a couple pronunciation videos I watched. So Wishke, it's spelled Uisge. So that essentially means water. So I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Wishke. And yeah, that it means water. So basically, distilled alcohol was known in Latin as aqua vitae, or the water of life, basically. So this was translated into Old Irish and Scottish Gaelic, into Wishke Bacha. Very interesting language, like Irish and Scottish Gaelic, because, I mean, what you see is definitely not what you get in terms of the writing and what you're expected to pronounce. So basically it's spelled as Uisce, and then Baha is Beatha. So Wishke Baha, Pretty sure it's, I don't know. I mean, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, then feel free to correct me as well. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm still reading, and I also want to make sure I have content for future videos in terms of like the different types of whiskey and like the history. I think is kind of cool. I've just kind of briefly read about that as well. And yeah, I wasn't intending for this video to be super long either. It's more just kind of chilling by the river and just rambling, talking, basically about anything. But since I am sort of taking, I am sort of taking the direction of this channel towards whiskey tastings and maybe other spirits as well. That's kind of what I want to focus what I talk about on. Maybe I'll do other stuff in the future. I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, the sun is already starting to go down. It's just a little bit past 4 o'clock here. So yeah, sun goes down pretty early in winter. I'm in upstate New York. Technically upstate, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This is like super relaxing for me. I really do feel like I'm in sort of a park type setting every time I just go down the stairs and end up down here. And also generally it's a much bigger plot of land. I think I have the biggest plot of land in the vicinity amongst my neighbors. It's just the tide is super high right now, but usually it goes like pretty far out there when the tide is low. Sometimes it can go as high as hitting this tree. But yeah, I have a decent amount of land. I have kayaks. The previous owner of the house was nice enough to leave them for us. So that's been pretty cool to have. I won't lie and say that I have used them. They're pretty dirty and we just haven't gotten around to cleaning them yet. But yeah. The ground's not super flat, so I don't know if I'm making it super even right now. Not sure. Okay, I'm gonna kind of leave it there for now. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I don't know if this does anything, honestly. I also have the camera on manual focus, so just have to make sure that the focus is the clearest it can be. Yeah, I actually forgot how to put it on autofocus, but I prefer manual anyway, usually. I feel like the autofocus is a lot of times a pain for me. Yeah. But yeah. So I guess this will be the first ramble video that I do. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. River ramble, maybe. I don't know. But hopefully you found this somewhat relaxing. I'll probably use this type of video to just, talk about my findings with whiskey. Maybe try whiskeys that I've already tried within my house in an outside setting to see if it's a little bit different. And maybe just to give some updates. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to be trying to post a little bit more consistently now. So try to grow this channel a little bit. So yeah, feel free to like it, give it a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you like whiskey or this type of stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao.